All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Yes, the brothers here from Great Millstone, Atlanta. We're going to go into this topic on the leaders of the Lord. Really the leaders of the people, as it is written. The leaders of my people cause me to err. Or cause them to err. You know, what is that? Isaiah 3. You know, in the times that we live in, we're going to see a lot of religious leaders, celebrities, you know, government leaders, individuals that actually are so-called spokesmen for the masses of the people, lead them to you know, that ditch, you know, lead them to that pit. A lot of them are going to encourage individuals to get jabbed. A lot of people are going to encourage the people to get chipped, adhere to government crackdowns, and adhere to government policies, you know, that's going to actually impose on your so-called freedom of rights, all right, freedom of speech, freedom of rights. Because, you know, what Esau's doing right now is he's, you know, sliding the bag to a lot of these Negroes under the table. You know, he's doing a lot of backdoor deals. He's doing a lot of under the table deals, and he's trying to encourage, you know, your favorite influencers and celebrities to, you know, get you jabbed, you know, to actually, like I said, adhere for what the government has to say. You know, it's been a surge of celebrities that's been using their platforms to encourage getting jabbed up, you know, and speaking against anti-jabbers, speaking against individuals that don't want to, you know, that don't trust the government, plain and simple, you know, and they're going as far as, you know, trying to ban some of their fans from their shows. They're going as far as speaking against, you know, a lot of people within their fan base, you know, and really just, you know, steamrolling them, you know, because, like I said, a lot of these celebrities, because first and foremost, these celebrities all have been bought and paid for.
Yeah.
You know, they all are under extreme contracts, you know, with whatever entity they're associated with, whether it's a music deal, you know, music contract, you know, it's so many different contracts that, you know, it's layers to it, you know, layers to these different contracts. And if you breach your policies and you do certain things that don't walk within the guidelines of these different policies, then they have free will to remove you, man. We seen this whole thing that happened with this artist, the baby.
Yeah.
You know, North Carolina artist. He does, you know, pretty good in today's time as far as streams goes. You know, a lot of white women, a lot of white people. You know, he's very popular with all ethnic groups. You know, and he used his platform to, you know, speak out against the gay, you know, lesbian, transgender, LGBT community. And, you know, it was only like, what, 7-8 seconds, man, before he actually, you know, played his song, whatever the hell he was finna play. But that 7 seconds of his rant, you know, and his rhetoric against that said community got him banned, and he lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, man.
Yeah.
You know, and basically his career is, you know, is basically going down.
Yeah, it's in jeopardy.
His career is in jeopardy just from the light things he said. And you see he tried to, what's the word, make up for it. I just used that term. Make up for it by sending out an outward apology and saying he needs to educate himself a little bit better. You know, he was basically oblivious to this, that, and other. And he's just trying to save face, man.
Yeah.
You know, and this is one of the, you know, guys that, you know, he's known to be pretty outrageous on the internet, and he hasn't got banned from a lot of shit, man. You know, I think he killed somebody in a Walmart.
Yeah.
Punched out a couple individuals. It's on media. You know, I think he did a few things to women. You know, he just an outlandish, your typical outlandish rap Negro. You know, but as soon as it's pushing against the agenda of this devil, that's when cancel culture is running after your ass, you know, like a cheetah on a gazelle, man. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see a lot of these different leaders, whether it's your ministers, your Islamic ministers, Minister Farrakhan, your pastors, you know, your church deacons and leaders and things of that nature, or your actual you know, nationwide celebrities. You're gonna see a lot of them bow down to this devil, and they're gonna tell their supporters to do the same thing.
That's right.
You know, and these simple as supporters, a lot of them are gonna listen to their followers because they worship them like idols.
Yeah.
You know, The Rock. If you look at these certain celebrities on Instagram with all these fucking followers,
Yeah.
you know,
cults. They have a cult following.
that's what they call them, cult followers. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
you got it.
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. It says, "Moreover, the Lord Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion," so like it says, "because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with a stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and menacing as they go, and making so like it." I read the verses Isaiah 3 and 12. It says, "As for my people," I'll start up at verse 11. "Woe unto the wicked, it should be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given. As for my people,
Yeah,
children."
it says, woe to the wicked. Woe is another word for destruction. Destruction unto the wicked. The wicked represents the so-called white race.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be ill to them. I mean, it's going to be bad times, man. We're seeing this pandemic take place, and it's rocking the grounds of America, man. You know, a lot of these different jobs are being shut down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a massive shortage on certain in these food chain restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's an employee shortage.
Yeah.
Hell, the job that I previously worked, where I quit, you know, I'm in a basically transition. You know, basically got report back that like 3-4 other individuals quit. People are just dropping out, left and right.
OnlyFans ban new content.
OnlyFans banning, content. So it's a lot of things that's just shaking the grounds of America, man. To the point where a lot of people are either going to be able to ride the wave, or a lot of people are going to be caught up in it.
Yeah.
These are the signs of the times that we're living in. A lot of people are going to be, updated and be in the spirit of the Lord, and it's going to catch on to the shit of Esau and be prepared mentally, spiritually, in that day. And there's going to be some people that's been lackadaisical, just on the, go along, get along mentality, like Kwame Brown be saying, the go along, get along game.
Yeah.
And that go along, get along mentality until all hell breaks loose and they get caught up not knowing what direction to move towards. Which is going to put the natural default. Let me go to the government. Let me see what my mayor, let me see what my president, let me see what my governor has to say, so I could actually, do what's right.
Yeah.
Me as a faithful Republican or a faithful Democrat, I'm gonna do, according to my country's will, which is gonna lead, Jacob to destruction.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Verse 12. "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths."
What you want to go into that?
Yeah, so the leaders of our people, like the deacon is going into, these high-ranking celebrities, who have these occult followings, and be riding or dying, with these celebrities and these false leaders. They're going to be the ones to cause you to be destroyed, man. Okay.
Yeah, we seen plenty of cases. It's all about doing your research. The term research meaning back and search. Search back. If you search back to the times of ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Babylon, the ancient Medo-Persian Empire, a lot of times they would set up, puppet Negroes, man. And they would basically control them through the bag, man. The bag carries a lot of weight. That's why it tells you that a gift destroyeth the heart.
Yeah. And
it's matter of fact, and I'm gonna get that, because a lot of these guys have taken a gift from this devil, man. They in the same purse with him, and like I said, whatever they say dictates if they're gonna actually earn more or earn less. And the lifestyle that a lot of these individuals have inherited, whether it's a $1 million celebrity or a multi-million-dollar celebrity, they live a multi-million-dollar lifestyle. Let me get that. I should not take no bribe. Yeah, they live a multi-million-dollar lifestyle, and with that multi-million-dollar lifestyle, it's hellified expenses. All
That
right,
you have to keep up
that
with.
you got to keep up with and maintain.
Yeah, your image.
Your image,
comes along with that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go against, the will, so to speak, of Esau, and you speak against him, then your image will be destroyed. And that's one thing that Jake, take too much pride in, is their image on what they built themselves up for the people to see. You see, so that's why you was talking about the baby, Nick Cannon.
Oh, yeah, Nick.
Nick Cannon had to recant on the statement that he made about being anti-Semitic. Which we already did lessons on that. Going into how can we be anti-Semitic when we are?
When we are Shem.
Yeah, we come from the line of Shem. But you got it.
Then you seen what Nick Cannon said. He had to further say, I gotta educate myself. And what he had to end up doing an interview with a Jewish rabbi.
Yeah.
Jewish rabbi over there pushing his narrative on Nick Cannon, and he's looking like a fucking humble pupil.
Right.
You're supposed to be cutting that devil, man. Knowing what you're supposed to know. He knows he's an Israelite. He knows about, the truth of the Bible. He's supposed to tell him, hey, I'm gonna correct you. You're actually not, Jewish. Or you are Jewish, meaning pertaining to be a Jew, but you're not a true actual Jew. But he knew that it wasn't in his best interest to buck up because he was already going through a high level of heat.
Yeah.
And it would have took away from him his so-called show that everybody thought he owned.
Yeah.
And it would have took away from him all the perks that comes with that lifestyle. So I'm going to get this in Exodus 23:8. It says, and thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise and perverteth the words of the righteous. Yes. So it says, don't take a gift. This devil drops that package, to you. Now, of course, the scriptures speak about using the word as not abusing it. You work for your just wages and things of that nature. But one thing about, and this lesson is highlighting the celebrities. Celebrities get paid way different than a 9-to-5 worker. All right, or somebody that's actually just, I think they call it like run of the mill work. Basically generalized labor. We could say what the hell we want. Of course, if we you're under the grounds of the industry, you do have a certain policy of what to say and what not to say, and we abide by that. But outside of that, these devils ain't got no fucking control of us outside of our construction jobs and shit like that.
Right.
We go on these platforms and teach this word week in and week out, and we don't have the level of so-called influence, as a lot of these celebrities.
Yeah.
That's the thing with a lot of these celebrities. They have too many, and there's nothing wrong with influence, but they'll have all these different people that they have to appease. They have the homosexuals they have to appease. They have the transgenders they have to appease. They have the white man through his governments and his policies they have to appease. They got
people back home.
The people back, the fam back home, the gangsters, the kids in school.
Yeah.
So they got to wear 1,000 hats, man, and you will never truly see who they really are. And like I said, that's what's part of the way that they're going to cause you to err, and that's confusion.
Yeah.
So if Esau wants to use them, when they go to their board meetings and tell them he has to, XYZ rapper, you're going to have to start pushing this image out. You're going to have to start pushing this out, this out. And then we have contracts where you can actually receive an extra $5 to $10 million a year if you just, sprinkle a little bit of this LGBT, Q, bullshit out there.
Yeah.
Push a little bit of this vax here, push a little bit of, this wickedness here, push a lot of these sexual innuendos, push a little bit of this satanic ideology and symbolism. Yeah. And hell, really they don't have to run shit by a nigga. They just gonna throw it in their music video. Them jakes don't be fucking running them music videos and saying, I want these dancers to create this weird They don't do that, man.
Yeah, they don't do that.
They don't have that level of control. They just puppets, man.
Yeah.
So like I said, we going back to the topic, we're gonna see a lot of these jakes, which we're seeing now, lead you jakes, you followers of them to your demise. You got a precept? If not, I got something though.
Go ahead, I got it.
Okay. This is Micah 3:1. And I said, here I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment? who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones. Yeah, and what's the skin and and the tearing of the flesh represent? The image, the truth. You know, these celebrities don't get on their platforms and tell you the truth. You know, you'll never hear these different celebrities, you know, do a cutting up, you know, what do you call it, an abrupt, no, basically an abrupt cut, so to speak, within their concerts, and say, I just want to let you all know that you are the so-called blacks, Latinos, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Israelites of the Bible.
You don't hear that.
They ain't gonna do it.
You may see a comment, you know, from them commenting on the post, you know, on Instagram or something, but you never see them actually use their platform to the fullest extent. Mm-hmm. And you see what happened with Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. You know, when he had came out with an album, you ain't heard from him after that, man.
You ain't heard from him since.
You know?
Yeah. A little bit more. Who also eat the flesh of my people. Mm-hmm. See, this is the Lord's people, the houses of Jacob, as well as the houses of Israel. That's the northern and southern kingdom. Mm-hmm. You know? So it's not just a so-called Negro, Haitian, or Jamaican thing. It's a lot of these northern kingdom sellouts. Mexican sellouts, Puerto Rican, you know, sellouts. When they're in these different churches, they ain't teaching the truth.
Right.
They still pushing that Santa Maria, that same Catholic garbage that the fucking Spaniards, you know, put that oppressive religion on them. God. As well as those Native Americans, man.
You got the Gadites.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, we looked at that statistic a while back. Like I believe like 2 weeks ago, saying that they were like the highest vax out of all the impoverished communities, man. Mm-hmm. You know, you Native Americans, man. You know.
Yeah, you Native Americans too. Y'all hanging on a whim, man. Mm-hmm. You know, Esau don't put that pressure down so horribly on the natives. They still got trauma like they still in the midst of the Indian Removal Act, man. Mm-hmm. Don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You know, you got a few of the leaders that try to say some things about the government. Man, Esau just ignoring you at this point, man. Yeah. Because they took over you. You know, they already done, you know, wiped you clean, wiped you out all your voice don't even matter. And that's how Esau gets down. That's why when we have the ability to rise up and speak, that's what the scriptures speak about that in Zephaniah the 3rd chapter. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired.
Yeah.
Know who you are. And making a conscious effort to align yourself with your people, because this is a Native American thing. Them Native Americans ain't gonna get far along. Mm-hmm. You know, just trying to push, you know, the Lakota tribe. Man, that's bullshit, man. Yeah, you know, the Lakota tribe. We're gonna get in the Navajo. Mm-hmm. You know, do our just diligence of trying to clean up the communities and you know,
because they always try to tie in Babylon with it. Mm-hmm. You know, and it don't work like that. You know, basically you gotta destroy in order to rebuild, man. We're not gonna be successful, you know, as a whole nation here in Babylon, man. Babylon has to be destroyed. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's what you don't. That's what a lot of you tribes, you know, you Israelites fail to realize, man. Mm-hmm. You know that America has to be destroyed.
America gotta go. Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skins from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces, as for the pot and as flesh within the cauldron. Yeah, they lining you jakes up for a great sacrifice. Mm-hmm. You know, and like I said, this is a precursor. A lot of these individuals that took this jab, they've been influenced by somebody that told them to take it. Mm-hmm. You know, so that blood is on a lot of these jakes' hands, man. And like I said, the bigger the platform and the bigger the followers, the more the word holds weight. Mm-hmm. A lot of these celebrities can just tell, you know, just come out with a tweet and say, look, I want 100,000 of my followers to jump off the cliff, man. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, we're gonna see a high influx of individuals jumping off the cliff. And look at Jim Jones. You think it's a false, you know, it's just bullshit what we're saying. Look at Jim Jones. Look at they had this woman cult leader. You know, she was doing all kind of wickedness within the cult. You got a lot of cult groups that they'll have like cult suicides. You know, they'll do all these different weird ritualistics in the name of their worshipped, worshiper. You know, like I said, or their idol.
Yeah.
And that, you know, these individuals that's at the pinnacle of their congregation, they'll lead them to a disastrous ruin, man. I think that's the main point. Let me see. That's really the main point. If I'm gonna jump to verse 5. Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against them.
Okay, because when you go into the word err, it means to lead astray. You know, so they're going off of the path, you know, of righteousness, man. You know, leading straight towards what? Destruction. Okay, so the Lord is not only going to judge them, but He's going to judge you as well, who's leading them astray, man. You know,
and best believe a lot of these celebrities are fully enabled to really make some stuff move, but like I said, everything is determined by this white man and what he can give them as far as income, man. You know, that cancel culture is an animal, man. Even if you got multi-millions of dollars, you know, if you start to push against the will, they have ability to start to seize your assets. A lot of these niggas be owing money, you know, to the IRS. You know, a lot of these niggas really be, you know, coexisting due to Esau.
Yeah, they use the media.
They use the media, yeah.
You know, it could be like how you had, you know, the Taliban basically taking over Afghanistan. But here, you ain't find out until they actually was in the actual embassy, man. You know why? Because they was all you heard was, you know, there was the mass media was pushing what? The vaccine, the baby. You know, so if an artist, you know, goes against Esau's agenda, that's what they're gonna push on the media, man. The baby speaks out against the LGBTQ community. The baby this, the baby that. Meanwhile, you got a whole government being seized, man. You know.
And they said, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was the United States spent over $2 trillion. $2 billion. Excuse me.
Yeah.
$2 billion within the years that it was in Afghanistan, man, occupying that land. And it was an extreme failure. I was listening to 88.5, and a lot of people were talking the most shit. The details that they laid out talking about America's L on that whole Afghanistan campaign was fucking horrendous, man.
They even, I seen an article even saying that they gonna destroy all the military equipment that they sent over there. They just go bomb it, or they were planning on doing it.
So what was the point? You know, Esau got something out of that deal, though. And how many so-called American lives got sacrificed in the name of that war? Fighting the white man's battles, man. And that's where a lot of you Jakes, I'm talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's where you're going to get caught up in. You always trying to fight for something that doesn't fucking pertain to you, man. What the hell is you in Afghanistan fighting Arabs for, man? You know? I don't want to get out of it. I say these Arabs over here, these Arabs be fucking in these gas stations, you know? They don't be fucking paying you no mind, man. All they want to do is sell their goddamn bags of Doritos and shit like that and have a nice day, man.
Yeah.
You know? But this so-called white man warps your mind to go fight some goddamn Afghani terrorists that ain't got that ain't your battle. That's like you a fucking wolf.
Yeah.
You know, you trying to and you just outside of your pack. Here it is, you're a wolf, and you're getting with the lions to go over there to fight the hyenas. That's not your battle.
Yeah. That's why the scriptures say neither he keepeth at home.
You need to keep it at home. You got something?
Yeah, I got some.
Got
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Got it.
You know, so our people are destroyed, man, because for lack of knowledge, man. Mainly because they rejecting the prophets. You know, when the prophets speak, it's a scripture. I believe it's in the Apocrypha when it speaks about when a rich man speaks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's matter of fact, I'm gonna search it.
Gone. You done with that precept though?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, I'm gonna read this one real fast. Matthew 15 and 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Right. So why does it say that both shall fall into the ditch? Because a lot of these blind leaders don't know that they're being led astray. This white man knows how to package things beautifully for your destruction. You know, like I said, he comes to a lot of these different pastors and these different religious leaders. That's why he'll give you a 501c3 to talk that bullshit. He knows it's bullshit, man.
Mm-hmm.
How long has Esau been controlling America, you know, from just church garbage?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole church rhetoric, white Jesus this, white Jesus that, God so loved the world, all these false laying hands, you know, all these, these artificial baptisms. Esau has been ruling the world. While what? This devil is shipping hundreds of thousands of military men all over across the world, just stomping on shit, man.
Yeah.
Stomping on shit, stripping the world from for resources.
Mm-hmm.
You know, taking properties. You know, just hey, it says the thief cometh not, but is still kill and destroy. While you at home just being pacified and pacifying your congregation. I'm talking about these church leaders, man. You know, and here it is. We got this pandemic with this 19 Delta strain that's sweeping through all these different cities and states. You know, and a lot of these pastors ain't saying shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not even going to the prophecy, but hey, it did say that in Matthew the 24th chapter, it is going to be a pestilence.
Right.
Hey, just be on the lookout for a famine. These guys don't be really reading the Bible, man.
Yeah.
They just do what actually keeps I'll say the morale of their congregation, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna bring out a quick point, and you got it. But I seen another thing on I think it was 88.5 good news site. They just go into a plethora of topic for topic. But they were saying how basically how media works. Media will conform to what people want to hear. It's not about what people don't want to hear, because a lot of times if you're saying stuff people don't want to hear, they're going to pull their ear to something that actually they do want to hear. So a lot of these individuals that's most popular, these top pastors and preachers and things of that nature, they're speaking as it is written, smooth things, prophesying unto them deceitful things. Yeah. Smooth things make you feel good. But if you tell them, hey man, there's going to be a lot more people in this congregation that's going to die, I'm just going to let you know. I ain't got no control of it. Yeah. The Heavenly Father, they're going to be like, oh hell no, I want to go to somebody that's going to actually tell me that things will be all right. Yeah. You know, we just got to pray. We just got to, get together and hold hands, and the Lord will make do. That's church plantation slave talk, man. Yeah, man. Niggas still love that slave talk.
Niggas love that. The scripture tells us in what's that, Isaiah 58, cry loud and spare not, man. Mm-hmm. You know, because you got to bring the whole truth. You know,
nothing but it.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
God, this is Sirach, chapter 13, verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? If he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. And that's what we see, man. You know, but ultimately that's how the Lord got majority of these people in that trick bag. Mm-hmm. You know, because they just think we some lowly, 9 to 5 working niggas, who ain't shit and ain't gonna never be shit. But when, Diddy, or Jay-Z speak, hey, yo, you heard what so and so said, you heard what he see, you see, But really, the most important thing that's being spoken in the earth right now is what the men of great millstone is saying, man.
Yeah, the prophecies.
Prophecies, man.
Yeah, and these guys been following these niggas for so long, they don't know how to pull away. Mm-hmm. It's called learned helplessness. The concept of learned helplessness is when you come up under somebody's servitude for so long, if they got you shackled, after a said time, they develop Stockholm syndrome. Mm-hmm. And you could let them go, you could take them off the chain, and they'll still be they'll compliant and abide by what you say, you know, even when they're off of that chain, they don't even understand that they're under a specific level of captivity. I'm just gonna read that definition real fast to make sure that I worded it properly. Cause we're gonna close in a second too.
Yeah, that was all right.
Okay. This is a learned helplessness. It says learned helplessness is the state that occurs after a person has experienced a stressful situation repeatedly. They come to believe that they are unable to control or change the situation, so they do not try even when opportunities for change becomes available. Yeah, they got pictures of an elephant. Let me see if I can find the picture and pull it up. They got pictures of an elephant with shackles on, small ass rope.
Oh yeah.
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 This is an example of learned helplessness. It's got that glare to it.
Closer. Oh, you can't see it.
It really is.
Oh,
there we go. That's an example of learned helplessness. You'll see the elephant. He got that little rope on his ankle, and he doesn't even have the will to resist or pull away, and he feels like that small rope is enough to just keep him constrained, and he don't even see the point of breaking free. Because if you see the concept of a lot of these animals that go through learned helplessness, their whole thing is I'm outside of my tribe or my pack or whatever.
Natural habitat.
That's the best word. The water. I'm outside of my natural habitat. If I run, where will I go? Eventually, somebody's gonna see me that's gonna be afraid of me, and they're gonna want to kill me.
Yeah.
So my best bet is just to stay up under my owner, because he's been the only one I know that can provide me for food. I don't know how to provide for food. I was never trained to hunt. I was never trained to gather. I didn't learn any type of skills. I've been under this man's servitude for a sad number of years. So they get desensitized and they normalize the concept of being under a ruler, and they'll do whatever that ruler say. So if they have offspring, they're going to teach their offspring to be subjected unto that same order. That's what we have today.
Yep.
You see?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yep, that's Stockholm syndrome. And then they'll go as far, like when Morpheus was saying that to Neo in the Matrix, they'll go as far as to try to put a bullet in the back of your head, and if you're trying to actually free or rescue them from captivity, because they'll see that captivity, in latter times as a means of freedom. You see, so if you're trying to take them away out of that captivity, they're looking at it like you're trying to lead them into another captivity. You see, that's how that psychology is crazy. But I want to end it with this, because the Lord is setting up true pastors, true brothers that have your best interests at heart, and is looking to guide you into salvation. And we're not, starting off with the apostles on down. Those are the men, apostles and elders on down, and we're not asking for your money. We're not asking for, none of these different things that a lot of these congregations are asking. Just teach the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. Do what the Lord said. It's good to speak about, prophesying in these gates, man. Tell every man the truth to his neighbor. This is Jeremiah 3:15. Matter of fact, I started 14. Turn, O black sliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city, and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. You see? So the Lord said he's going to give. It's in a certain time, which we read that in 2 Ezra, if I'm not mistaken, the 5th chapter, is speaking about how to end, I think 6 and 51, just how the truth is going to be removed for a said time, and then it's going to come back. The virgins fell asleep. And while those virgins fell asleep, you've seen certain individuals that fake like they were awoke to keep the people in a deeper sleep. But this is the time where the actual true virgins are waking up. They're putting the oil in their vessels, and preparing the congregation, man, because we're in the time of the, great deliverance. All right, even though all hell and pandemonium and chaos is gonna, reap through, be pushed throughout all these different American streets and cities, the Lord is gonna preserve His elect. So that's why we fight to try to be of that number, Lord willing, with those men.
God.
You know, so hopefully brothers were edified. You know, we're gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom, Maki.
Shalom.